Right.
And then contract
Recording in progress.
Good morning, everybody.
Hi, how are you?
Great. How are you?
Great, thanks.
Excellent.
Hello, hello. Are we having fun yet?
It's Friday.
It is Friday, right? Okay, good. That's a good thing.
Yes, big time. It's been one of those weeks. All right, it is officially the hour. Since we're all in different spots, I'm going to say which hour. Welcome to the Chapter Huddle. I'm Whitney Mugford-Smith. I am the Chapter Ambassador for Area 9 along with Lori Noyes, who's also on the call. And let's see, Jen said she's not going to be able to make it today. So instead, we're just going to open it up and let you all do some chatting. So how are things going in your chapters?
Things in Oklahoma are great. Our biggest thing right now is we're planning for our forum this November. So it's a pretty big event for us. So we're definitely trying to make that happen. And I'm also looking forward to going to Charlotte in August. So
Excellent.
it's just a matter of just basically trying to stay active. Of course, we got the same challenges as everyone else, trying to get more and more people participating. But I've been making some personal calls, trying to get people on committees. So that's been working well. So it's great.
Awesome. Love to hear that. It's always a good way to start.
And apologies, I'm going to have to drop off early. I'm actually on the board of trustees at Oklahoma City University, and this is graduation weekend. So there's all kinds of stuff I'm participating in here at the school. So
Cool. That'll be fun. Enjoy.
yes.
Let's see.
So I do have a question.
Sure.
I am with Iowa Public Procurement Association, and I'm the treasurer. And I am wondering, we get the deposits, they go right into our accounts, our bank accounts. And I was curious to know how you recognize that for detail back to the board. Because I don't get anything that tells me what it's for.
Are these people paying via your website?
This is NIGP.
Okay.
We're getting rebates for different things.
I see. NIGP rebates. And then they don't.
Your treasurer should be getting an email from NIGP with details on that.
Well, I'm the treasurer.
Okay.
And I'm not getting anything.
Okay.
And I always feel bad when I reach out because I'm like, it'd be nice to know what this is.
Don't feel bad for reaching out. I find that we end up having to reach out too. They don't automatically send it. We have to reach out for more information.
It'd be nice if there'd be a little better process, I would think.
I think you want to make sure that they do have you down as treasurer so they can send you the emails, because The
I've
question
been-
now is where the email is going to.
I've been treasurer for 4 years. I think they should know.
Okay. That was just one of my
By now.
suggestions.
I hope by now they know I'm treasurer, but other people are getting emails. Is that what I'm understanding? Or,
That's my understanding. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, our treasurer at RMGPA does receive emails.
Okay.
okay,
I think the thing we can do, June, is verify that you are on the list, first of all, to
Yeah.
get these emails. So we'll verify that after this call. Whitney will handle that.
oh,
I mean-
okay, that would be great.
Yeah, so we'll verify that you're on the list to receive those. That'll be
Okay.
the first step, I think.
Okay,
Sorry, I
okay,
jumped in late, but I think I'm getting what you want.
okay, no, that'd be great. It's just, I go into our account and I have this deposit. I'm not complaining about that. But it's just like, okay, now I have to reach out to them. It's, you think they would get tired of me asking every time.
Maybe they just like getting the emails, They just, yay.
Yeah, I got an email, yeah.
You know, back in the AOL days of you've got mail.
Oh, gosh, yes.
Uh, Yeah, I did record that though, June, and I will make sure that gets over to Jen, so we'll be good.
Okay, thank you.
Great. How's everyone else doing?
Good now that the sun is shining in New York for once.
Oh, there we go. We'll take it. We'll take some sunshine.
You can have Arizona's because I'm not ready for it.
I have heard it's gonna be hot already.
Yeah.
I'm curious if other chapters do scholarships for forum for members where you would like apply for the scholarship and would be awarded.
I know Arizona does. We used to do a full ride scholarship. So if you applied, we would pay for your hotel, your airfare, your per diem, and the forum costs. Now we've changed it to you get $1,000 to go towards getting you to forum. And we do that between January and February, and then we announce the winners in March for procurement month.
That sounds great. I'm wondering if I feel like our application is maybe missing some, and I was trying to look at, I know if a national NIGP has that scholarship, and I was looking at theirs, but if I could get maybe some examples of what other people's like scholarship application process is like. I can put my info in the chat.
I'll just tell you that.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry. I'll just tell you as well that VAGP in Virginia, I don't think anyone's on the call today from VAGP, but if you go out to their website, Ariel, they have several different scholarships. They're not specific to forum, but they're just overarching scholarships like a leadership scholarship, a fire type scholarship. But anyway, you can use those scholarships for any event. So that's kind of nice. So you can take it. It would be sort of what someone else described when they said $1,000 toward. One of those is like $750 and one of them's $1,000, but they have all those listed with the criteria. So just if you want to look at theirs, it's vagp.us.
Perfect, thanks.
And if you want to put your email address in the chat, I can send you the one that we did for the full ride.
Okay, awesome. I just put it in the chat.
We have a quiet group today.
We really do. Must be the Friday energy.
Whitney, maybe this is a good time to see how many people have worked on their submissions.
Yeah. how's that going? Has anyone gotten started? Has anyone turned it in? Any
So
questions?
our MGPA has finished theirs. We're waiting on feedback. It's due today. We haven't gotten any, so it will be submitted early next week.
Great. Awesome. Anyone else? Or any questions? Anyone not know what we're talking about?
As I'm watching the screen, Whitney, it looked like Carolyn might have been trying to respond. Carolyn, if you were trying to respond, we're not hearing you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, we started ours, but we haven't made much progress because we've been smack dab in the middle of getting our annual conference planned, and that we kick off next week. So once our conference is over next week, we'll be able to finish that and get that out and submitted.
Great. All right. Let's
Hi, I have a question. I've never joined this huddle before. And can we just bring up anything about anything or
Yeah,
awesome? So this is great. I'm the buyer for IT. And we're
Okay.
contemplating going out for an RFP for telecommunications. Definitely something that I haven't done before. Not many of us do because we get caught up in our own the vendor and we stick with them for so long. Does anybody have an RFP that they can share with me? It's current, yeah, just samples of telecommunications RFP that's current that will cover so many bases for a big city such as Fort Lauderdale.
I know the state of Arizona has a massive one,
Mhm.
and you can get it from their APP website. It's their e-procurement website. I'll go look for it and see if I can email it to you, but it's pretty big, so I don't know if it might be too large to email.
That's okay. You said it's state of Arizona?
Yeah, so their e-procurement website is app.az.gov.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
And when you go there, you don't need to log in. Just click on state contracts and then do a search and it'll pop up.
Outstanding. Thank you so much.
Lori, have you checked out the document library on the NIGP website?
I did. And I was looking at some, they seemed a little older. And I was just hoping for things that are more current. And maybe that's, just because so many things change now, the technologies and stuff and robustness towards the cities. But I can do a further, deeper dive.
Another idea might be on Insight. I'm sure there's a community around IT procurement.
Oh, of course. That's a great idea, for sure.
Lori, I just found one on BidNet Direct. If you want to drop your email in the chat, I can send it over to you.
Love that. Thank you.
Yeah. I will get that right over.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Going back to the application for the seals, that's the end of May, right? Or is it like, when's the due date?
I believe that's what I heard earlier this week was the end of May. Yes.
It's the 27th of May.
Oh,
That's
Memorial
last week.
Day? Okay.
Yeah, it's
Is
really.
there anything else due? I mean, is that just the seals or are there other? Because buyer and
That's the chapter awards as well.
okay. I don't know why, but I feel like that was lost this year. Maybe it was just me of having access to it or seeing it. I saw like the procurement specialist of the year and the other awards, you know, for the people, but the chapter ones kind of, I may have just missed them.
Right. Hmm.
I keep getting you on the nose. Do I keep getting you on the nose? Yes. Come here, Jesse.
Lori, are
Yes.
you talking to your dog?
I am. I'm sorry.
All good. Hmm. Don't have a lot going on, I guess, guys. There been any exciting procurements anyone wants to talk about?
I did recently have something odd. I did a procurement for a food service equipment, you know, small wares, commercial wear, like restaurant type things. And then we also wanted to do maintenance on like the freezers, the big rooms, the cool down the produce or the food stuff, right? I work for a school district. And so we've had somebody that from the outside, a vendor, calling themselves a watchdog for HVAC things. And they've kind of been harassing a little bit and sending these anonymous emails that we aren't getting the right people that are registered through the like register of contractors. And so I looked at, you know, I looked it up, I looked into it, I contacted the Arizona Registrar of Contractors and everything and emailed, and this guy keeps coming back with his Gmail watchdog thing. And so I've been documenting everything, but it's kind of like you're on the verge of like this is just spam type of thing versus do we take it
It's almost
seriously?
harassment.
Yes. And so like I've been documenting and I want to like I haven't been able to work on it and put it all together. And through LinkedIn and other things, I've kind of figured out who it is, and it is a vendor that did not get awarded. Um, so it's an odd thing, and I think he just pops up every 3 months when he remembers and sends like another email. And he's telling me, you know, you need to cancel this RFP. You need to do all this stuff and
Teresa, I'm so curious because I also have an HVAC contract. I'm in the same area as you are. The initials of this individual, are you allowed to say if they're KB?
say that again.
Are the initials of this individual messaging you? Is it KB? We had the reason I asked
don't
is we
think
we
so.
had a we had a very similar thing. The HVAC contract here for City of Tucson. And what we found out was later on, there was a bad breakup of the company
Oh.
where it was all internal. They ended up, you know, gentleman got fired and it got debarred. And what ended up happening was we had to bring them into the city for an in-person meeting. We all got around a table, and basically what happened was the people in the company that were let go, that were terminated, exactly what you're saying. There was bad blood. They were like, "Hey, you shouldn't be using them," and it was just such a mess. It was just drama that was unnecessary. But a couple of people did lose their licenses, so we did have to check on that website that you're talking about, and we had to go through that and basically verify who was certified and who wasn't, and work with the appropriate parties.
I think my guy is different.
Okay,
I don't think they
good.
have the same initials.
Terrible. Yeah.
But it's odd that you've come across this too. So
For HVACs, yeah,
yes.
in the same neighborhood. So
Yeah. That's
I guess that's an exciting community right now. Well, it makes sense too, because in the summer they must make tremendous business in Arizona. So I guess it makes sense. But I was just, you said that and I was like, no way.
We've got one here in Santa Cruz. We're getting ready. I was sorry I was a little bit late this morning. I was meeting with folks in our Parks and Rec department. We have a City of Santa Cruz is right on the ocean, and we have a boardwalk, which is one of the few places in America that still has a boardwalk. It's really fun with like a roller coaster and everything. And that's not owned by the city. It's a private company that owns that. But then right next to the boardwalk, we do own the wharf, and our wharf has like restaurants and stuff on it, and it's really pretty. But our wharf got damaged in the storms that happened out here in California. So we're getting ready to, we're prepping a bid for a bunch of wharf pilings that is going to go out sometime next week, and we're under like certain deadlines for like when it has to be delivered, so that we can begin construction on replacing these damaged wharf pilings. And so I'm curious if anybody, oh yeah, oh hey Stacy, hey, Washington State, she visited the wharf. Yeah, it's awesome. If you've never been out here, it's really pretty. And like sea lions and seals, it's nice. But right now it's damaged, but you can still go so far. Oh, she's from Sacramento. Okay. You can still drive on it. It's just at the very end that we had to shut it down because we had some damage. So we're getting ready to issue this bid, but if anybody has like a methodology for how they calc their liquidated damages, trying to determine if we want to add liquidated damages to this one, I would love to hear from your methodology for liquidated damage calc, because our public works does it and water does it, but I just want to make sure we're doing what most people are doing. So, hey, Lori. Yep.
Hi, can you put your email in the chat?
I would love to.
We're not doing it for a wharf, obviously, because I'm in the middle of a desert, but we have a liquidated damages that we just revamped for our transportation contract with our bus drivers. And I really liked the way that our legal counsel and our CPO did it. So I'll share it with you, and it might help you or give you a direction to go.
I would love that. Thank you. And anyone else? Thank you. Thank you, Lori. That's amazing. Yeah, because we're trying to figure it out. What's that?
I'd like to get that too, Lori, if that's okay.
Yeah, I'll share it.
Awesome. Thank you. Sorry, Elizabeth.
That's awesome. No, that's awesome. Because like, I was like, if our methodology is in line with other people's, like gives us, and I don't know if they even want to, like, I was talking, I'm like, well, you could put this in, and they're like, well, we're not sure if we want to put it in. And I'm like, well, if you're telling me you got to have it by a certain date, it's like in the ocean too. So it's like, you want to be working in the middle of winter in the ocean when it's rainy season. So that's awesome. But that's one that we're working on, kind of interesting.
That is interesting.
I'm kind of jealous. It sounds like fun.
It is. Yeah, there's lots of stuff. We just launched an e-procurement system like last fall. And like since then, I think there was all this like pent up demand of like people like, it's hard to post stuff, because we were like posting it to our website, and now we've got like templates and they can just auto post it. So we've had like this like whole massive like fluctuation of solicitations. There's a lot of fun stuff going out these days. I'm like, oh, cool, that's neat. That's a neat project. So this is one of them. So
Very cool.
yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
I have a strange one.
Yeah.
Has anybody ever had to outfit a morgue?
I've done trucks, but never a full morgue.
Yeah, I have to outfit a morgue. And I'd rather not bid it. I'd like to find a contract I can piggyback.
Huh.
Yeah,
Have you posted that one to NIGP yet?
not yet, no. This just came down to me from upstairs like the other day, so.
I would definitely reach out on Insight on that one. Because I know we've got some folks that do like big hospital buying that are part of NIGP.
Okay. I will do that. Thank you.
Yeah, good luck. Those are always fun solicitations, right?
Yeah, how about it?
Well, actually, I just found one for County of Franklin in Washington State on BidNet. If you want to drop your email in the chat, I will send this over to you.
All right, thank you.
Party place.
I have another question. So we just had a reverse trade show meeting, and I was trying to talk about the importance of, website and getting our materials ready for the website. Because in the past, we've always done flyers, and it's always been hard copies for stuff. And so I wanted to get the committee to start thinking about, it's great to have your flyers, but that shouldn't be your only thing that you rely on, because people don't want to do that anymore. People are going to the website to register. So I'm like, go to the register or go to the website, figure that out. But are you guys doing anything kind of new and exciting on getting the word out other than like QR codes and like, is there something else out there that is coming up to advertise or get the word out?
The Southeast Florida chapter just had their reverse trade show. And what we did is one of the things, we sent out an email to everybody in the chapter to have them put the link to the website in their signature. And that way they're constantly, interacting with different vendors at different times. And so it's automatically there, and it helps get the word out and the link straight to where it needs to go. We would also attach our digital flyer to any email blast that we did, so that then anybody that would read it could actually download it and then hand it out as needed too, or if they were talking to a supplier. That's what I did. It was a great opportunity to say, oh, you're new. Why don't you go ahead and do this? You're not going to just, because everybody wants to have those meetings with you face to face. And it's like, you know what? I don't have the time for this, but here's this link and here's this flyer. Why don't you get everybody in the Southeast Florida chapter? And it was great. We had great turnout. It was awesome.
That's a great idea about the signature.
Yeah.
It helps
thing.
so much. It's really easy for everybody too.
Lori is, because I'm with Teresa on that too. Is your email in the chat? It is in the chat. I
It
might
is.
send you an email if you don't mind. Just pick your brain on a couple of ideas.
Absolutely, happy to help. I helped with some of the things. We do have people that were the chairs for the whole committee. We have a reverse trade show committee. And we're happy to share all that information. It's really great. It takes a village. It takes a village. It really does. Even to the, especially even the day of, and getting your chapter people involved in the volunteerism, because just the registrations alone for the volunteers, you have to register them. We would give hours credit towards so that when they do submit for these chapter dollars, that they can put, those things, and that they get the points. So you have to make sure all that stuff is set up that everybody can do, and the tablecloths and the tables, and knowing where it goes, and having the layouts in advance, and even maps to your location, what's going on the day of. Having all that stuff ready and available, digital and printed out, it just helps. So I'm happy to help any way I can. If I can't help, I know people. I know
Yeah,
people that
hey,
can help.
Lori, can I ask you, because one thing that came up in yesterday's meeting, Teresa, right, was the keynote speaker. Did you guys have a good keynote speaker? Did it seem like if
We
you
did
had a
not.
keynote speaker, did it seem like there was engagement going on?
We did not have a keynote speaker. We have, what we do, we start out early, we give them a breakfast.
Mhm.
And that way, as they can come in, we're usually set up by them, but anyway, it allows people to come in, get a coffee, get settled. And then once everybody's in, then they can go and start getting to everybody. We didn't have I know that somebody might have did a kickoffs, of the event or whatever, but it wasn't like a main speaker. We've done different things in the past, and we used to have like training sessions on how to do business afterwards, and or even during. We found that if you had classes during your event, there's a lot of confusion. It ended up costing a lot too, because you're going to end up feeding everybody, maybe if not once, twice. And depending on if you want to incur those different costs and your event location too. We use a gymnasium at one of our cities. So that obviously helps keep our expenses low. It's really nice with a kitchen attached, so the caterers can set up and do everything. So venue and everything, it really matters.
Good points. Thank you. Yeah, we were
Yeah,
talking a big point of discussion yesterday because ours won't
Yeah.
be until November, and we
Yeah,
were
you gotta
talking about
plan
like,
it.
yeah, yeah, we're trying to think way in advance this year and trying to think, okay, how do we want to structure it? Normally we have, like you're saying, education sessions, like
Yeah.
classes, and we
Mhm.
had 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, but we find that a lot of the attendees find a lot of value in, like you said, networking with us, the agencies.
Yes.
So we don't know if we want to do 2 classes again or provide more time for them to market and network with us, or some of the
It's tough.
structural
Yeah,
things.
it's tough
Structural
too, because
matters.
you're not gonna get everybody at the same time,
Right.
And you might end up, if you do certain class things in the morning classes, if they're different in the afternoon, and sometimes things that happen organically are so profound in the first meetings and they don't have that same impact in the second. So timing is everything. And you would think that maybe, most people I guess it just, on the day you're doing a whole day. We have people that have been through ours for a lot more years and, seasoned in the industry a lot longer than I have, and they can tell you their insight. Obviously, things happen, people change, times change, and what, the best practice and what's been great for it, but you can find out. Definitely need to talk it out. So there's so many different variables. It also depends on your own suppliers. Are they more morning people or afternoon people, and when are you going to get the best bang for your buck? For like that keynote speaker and stuff.
Right. Yeah. Well, I can
When
definitely
you
say
have
for
that.
sure. Our morning crowd last year was much more prominent than like a lot of people, Teresa, I think you found that too, maybe, right? Like in the afternoon, everyone sort of trickled out after lunch, which is okay. That's fine. But I'm gonna put my email in the chat. Yeah, and if anybody on this call does know of a good keynote speaker where you were like, wow, this is really engaging, but a keynote, hopefully a keynote speaker that's gonna engage our vending community and talk to them about the procurement community, that would be wonderful. So I'll put my email in the chat, and if anybody wants to reach out, it would be very appreciated. Thank you.
Sure.
So our MGPA did last December, our winter conference, we partnered with the Advanced Procurement Expo here in Colorado. And we did an all-day session for vendors. So it was 8 to 4:30. There was educational sessions in the morning, and then the trade show went through the afternoon, and they had the opportunity to do sessions in the afternoon as well. It was very successful for us. We had over 300, almost 350 vendors participate as attendees, as well as I think we had over 100 booths in our vendor trade show. So it's not the reverse vendor trade show, but we did a regular trade show. It was very successful. It was a lot of work. So if you do go down that path, I'm happy to give you, some guidance on it. We had 145 members, which is the most we ever had registered for any of our conferences. So buyers had educational sessions for both days. It's a 2-day conference, and then vendors was just 1 day with the trade show, throughout the afternoon of that. But I'm happy to give information if you're interested in it.
Yeah, Trudy, that's awesome. Thank you. Would you mind just like I said, I put my email in the chat. Could you send me an email and I'll reach back out to you and we could probably chat. Thank you.
Thanks, Trudy.
And while I have the floor, sorry, I will let you guys know that the state of Washington and Sampo, New York are doing a joint chapter emerging professionals roundtable session. This, I believe they're planning to send out to all of the chapters. I'm not sure if any of the chapters, whatever, have emerging professionals committees. Our MGPA does not. So we've been working with these 2 chapters. It is June 13th at 9 o'clock Pacific, 12 o'clock Eastern time. I can share my screen if you guys are interested in seeing the flyer.
Yes, please.
Hold on, I'm trying to figure out how to share.
Thank you.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
So it's a joint chapter emerging professionals roundtable. You have to be less than 5 years. They changed it from young professionals to emerging professionals. We're going to change our terminology as well, because then it's new to the profession and not your age. And it's on Washington State's NIGP chapter. If anybody can register, but I just want to give everybody heads up that they are doing this.
That's cool.
That's terrific.
Very cool. Thank you. All right. Anything else going on that you guys want to talk about, or what are we thinking? A really quiet group for a Friday. My goodness. Let's see. Has everyone had time to look at or to get registered for forum? Is everyone able to do that? Are there any questions about forum or what to expect if you haven't been before? Okay, how about VCon? Is anyone going to that or participating in any way? That's coming up next week.
So I'm not going, but one of my buyers is going, and I just want to share that for the price, I was thrilled about VCon because I saw the email and just was really just totally impressed at how many contact hours there are for people in just that short amount of time and for that price. So it's like 19 and a half continuing education hours. And I think for members, it was like the price was like $149. And so I just want to, if you could share that with whoever planned that. I have one of my buyers is prepping for certification, and I was like, this is really amazing pricing for the contact hours that you're going to get. And so thank you for that. And I'm not going to attend myself, but I do have someone from my staff attending, and really was thrilled. So
I
thank
agree.
you.
Both myself and my teammate are both going to attend because of basically, honestly, the pricing we got screaming.
Yeah.
So it's hard to pass it up.
Right. Yeah, if I could, I'm in ERP vendor demos. But
Yeah.
otherwise, if I wasn't, I would be there too. I can't do it. But definitely one of my staff, and I was like, you need to do this. This is really great. So, and any of you out there that didn't catch that email that came out, it's like 19 and a half contact hours for $145 or 149 or something like that. So pretty awesome. So
Yeah, I mean, I think Forum is like what, 30 or less than 30 contact hours? And yeah, when you look at the price, it's kind of a no-brainer, in my opinion.
right.
Dropping the link in case anyone is not aware.
I attended it last year and yeah, got a lot out of it. Yeah, it's inexpensive and it's good. So
Cool. That's awesome.
Can I throw another resource out into the group?
Yes, please.
This
Absolutely.
is just something that I found that I've came across, and it's been really fun to learn. But Harvard has a program on negotiation, and you can sign up for, they have a whole bunch of documents you can read about negotiation, and you can sign up for the newsletter. I get their newsletter daily, and it has articles that help you with learning how to negotiate better. They also have a program on procurement, not as active, but the negotiation one I really enjoyed, and they have speakers like every month, and it's different things like how they've negotiated peace treaties and things like that. So really high level negotiation, but it has been really invaluable to learn about, and it's all free. So it's just a little resource that I didn't know about.
Excellent.
And yeah, I'll share it in the chat.
Perfect. Thank you, Stacy. That's great. I've taken a couple of those Harvard classes in the past, and they are really great. I like that they're self-paced. At least the one I took was. I wanted to remind you all too, since I have the floor, one of the things that you have as part of the chapter ambassador program is you do have access to the entire chapter ambassador team. So if at any point you guys are looking for speakers or you need someone to fill a slot, chapter ambassadors are absolutely there to do that. We can travel to you, we can do it virtually, whatever works best in the scenario, but that is definitely a resource to you all. And actually what I'll do is I will drop that link into the chat as well. So, yeah. We have a decent bench there, so feel free to reach out to any of us, and we're always happy to chat. And we're free, so there's that, which is a really good price point.
Well, and I will just add that the Business Council has access to large vendors who can bring value to your chapter. So for example, one of the Business Council opportunities is Amazon, and they can speak to artificial intelligence. So it's one of the topics that is offered from Amazon.
Yes, absolutely. Got lots of options for that stuff. And when in doubt, you guys can always reach out to Jen too, and she's happy to help find speakers for chapters. That's something that she is very good at. So.
Stacy, this is Elizabeth. I just looked at I just Googled the Harvard thing. Was it a price for that? I missed that if you said it, or was it free or okay, when I went there, it was like $1,700 or something. Is there like a link or?
Yeah, those are for the classes that you actually take at the college.
Yeah.
This is a newsletter, and they have a whole bunch of free reports on different things. So I just put the link in the chat.
Oh, okay.
For one of that. for the, like, they have Kellerman speeches or Kellerman speeches every month or so. But let's see, like they have all kinds of reports, and I only do the free stuff, and it is incredible, amazing how many resources they have, and talking about negotiation, which you can use in everything. It really is important. It's not necessarily strictly for attorneys, it is for any type of negotiation, so it's been invaluable.
All right, is there anything else you guys want to talk about? I'm losing steam here.
Friday and people are ready to be gone.
No, it's kind of the general consensus, I think. So, not sure.
I think it's a good time to also point out, because we're going into like into spring, into summer. So like for all of us planning those procurements that didn't happen the last few months, and they're like, we have a bunch of people that are like, we're heading into construction season. It's like, it's get ready to ramp up for fiscal year end and construction season. So enjoy your Memorial Day weekend, because we're gonna be busy right after that.
Yeah, I can definitely relate. This week's been actually like eerily quiet,
Oh,
and
really?
gotten several CIP emails in the past couple of days saying, next week, this is coming, this is coming.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
boy, here we
get
go.
ready.
Brace for
Right.
impact.
Yeah. Thanks for all the great ideas and resources too. It's always nice hearing from you guys.
Yeah, this was a good resource heavy chat, so that's also always great. I don't know if I'm supposed to keep you all hostage for the entire hour, or I'm not sure how it goes. Joseph, what's up?
I was just gonna say, thanks all. I really appreciate everyone's feedback.
Yeah, you bet.
Have a good weekend, all.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.
I think you did a great job, Whitney.
Thank you. I tried. I realize now, I was like, oh, I don't have access to some of the things I thought I did. So
Yeah.
the questions I was hoping to come up with, I didn't have access to, but that's okay. It was a really good conversation. So
Yeah. And I'm sure by the next time people will have more questions.
I'm sure, yeah, especially as we are moving closer and closer to forum and certification dates and things like that. So
Yeah. Well, thank you, Whitney.
yeah, thank you. Thanks everyone for your participation today. Have a good day, and we'll go ahead and get this taken care of. And any of the questions I wrote down, I'll be sure to get over to Jen, and we'll get that information back out to you all. So, thanks everyone. Have a good weekend.
You too.